Hello, Sagittarius. What is good with you? This is your January mid-month reading. Mid-month messages coming up out of retrograde season. Thank God. So for the next 3 months, there will be no planetary retrogrades at all. I'm looking forward to that, boy. I don't know too much about that. I don't. So for those of you who are wondering about that kind of stuff, I would highly recommend either the Leo King or the Peace Dealer. Those are my two favorite astrologers on YouTube. So go check them out. All right. If you would like to find information on how to schedule a personal reading, please check the description of this video and please read it carefully. Don't get scammed by an impersonator pretending to be me or any other reader for that matter. What's up, people? How y'all doing? Thank you for tuning in. I haven't found my deck that wants to talk to me yet. Hold up. We are going to start this off with a quick past, present, future, though. Does this deck want to talk to me? I guess so. Oh. Drama. Uh-oh. Drama. Conflict. Drama. Let's just put it lightly. It doesn't look like the two of you see eye to eye. How about that? Let's see, though. Ooh. Some of you could possibly be dealing with a Capricorn. Yup. Wow. Okay. So in the past, it looks like you connected with somebody who had ulterior motives, especially with that 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, I know this isn't going to be everybody, but at least one of you is very blessed in the bank. Now, if that resonates and you have been wondering whether or not they were just using you for your money, here's your sign. But regardless, that's still a card of, being a user, some sort of materialistic codependency, something to that effect. I'm kind of feeling like for a lot of you, though, when you and this person first connected, they were probably primarily looking for a sex-based connection. And maybe they disguised it as a love offer. Some of you could be dealing with somebody who has some addiction, alcohol problems, something to that effect. But I don't think it took too long for you to pick up on the fact that, I think this person had ulterior motives. It more than likely ended in a big blow-up argument for a lot of you. Not everybody, but I think the majority of you. Creeping up into the current moment, though, I don't see communication. But I do see you willing to work it out, make things right. Not seeing communication, though. So I'm not actually seeing action being taken towards that. Coming up into the future, still no communication from that person. Some of you are preferring to be single. Some of you are. Especially those of you who resonate with that past situation. Some of you are taking a step back and saying, let me just take a break. Let me take a break for a little bit. You know what? Let me just do me. Again, still no communication. I'm kind of feeling, though, like, well, I don't know. We'll look at this person's energy here in a little bit, but Empress reversed. Yeah, it's telling me that a lot of you are actually holding back. Even those of you who are connecting with a new person, you're still kind of holding back a little bit and are a bit iffy. Okay. All right. Well, that was just a general outline. Let's take a look at the past person first. If you're not inquiring about a past person, sit tight. We'll get to you in a minute. Let's see how the past person is feeling about Sagittarius. And I want to look at their energy and see what kind of person they are. How's the person from the past feel about Sagittarius, universe? Strength card reversed. I think they're more vulnerable than you know, honestly. That may have been a big part of the problem. And maybe they were not actually willing to open up and express their true vulnerability to you. Could have been a defense mechanism. But of course, they're pretending that they're happy. Yeah. Fool card reverse. They're actually too afraid to come forward. I do think that they think about you all the time. They're just too afraid to come forward. Hierophant reverse. See, death card reverse. I knew it, man. That's always a front. That's always a front. That's always fake. This right here. And the tower card. So I don't see them actually taking any action to try to make things right, reconcile. They want to appear as if they're happy, better off without you, never been better. But as always, that's a front. That's a front. They haven't really, truly, fully moved on from this. You know what? They might have accidentally caught some feelings they didn't mean to catch. There's that 9 of Pentacles again. Looks like they're out looking for someone else to take advantage of now. Especially if they're already in a new relationship. They're out taking advantage of somebody else now. Yep, and they're trying to get your attention in the process. They're hoping that you're watching. Let's put it that way. Okay. Sounds like childish, petty little games to me. I want to jump straight into the advice on this one because it doesn't really look like they're taking much action. What's the advice for Sagittarius in regards to the past person? What's the best advice? What's the best advice? Temperance in the reverse. That's you, boo-boo. You need to return to balance. Return to balance. Even those of you, because I know there's a few of you out there who are dead set on reconnecting with this person at some point in time in the future. Well, that's not a good idea while you're vibing like this. You want to return to balance, return to homeostasis. Yep, and you want to let go of that grudge. Now, let me make a couple of things very clear. Releasing and letting go of a grudge does not mean that you don't set boundaries. Okay? Releasing and letting go of a grudge doesn't mean that what they did was okay. It doesn't mean that you surrender. What it means is you set yourself free. That's what it means. That's what it means. But you still set boundaries. Now, you don't want to let nobody manipulate you, guilt you, and shame you into luring you back in. That's what a lot of toxic people will do. They will shame you and accuse you of holding a grudge. It's like, no, I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just not stupid. I'm just not dumb. If a dog bites me, I'm not going to reach through that fence and pet it again. That doesn't mean I hate the dog. I love it. It's a living being. I hope it lives a long, happy, healthy life, but I'm not stupid enough to try to pet that dog again. Are you kidding me? See what I'm saying? Like don't let nobody play that game with you. Don't let them do that. So release and let go of the grudge, make peace with the past, but don't let your guard down. Trust people to be who they are. Trust a snake to bite you. Trust a liar to lie to you. Trust a thief to steal from you. That doesn't mean that you have to hold on to bitterness and anger and resentment towards it, but just know that that's who they are and that's what they're going to do. Make sense? Ace of Cups, it's time for new love. But yes, I do think that eventually at some point in time in the future, a conversation is probably going to be had between the two of you. But I do think that the universe is going to hold you back from this person until you do a certain level of healing. Imagine you are a cell phone. Okay, you're a cell phone. And this last relationship drained you down to 2% battery. Okay, what do you do with your phone when it's drained down to 2% battery? You plug it up, you set it over there, and you don't touch it. You leave it alone. Now, once it gets up to about 50% battery, then if you want to, do you see the analogy I'm making here? Once you recharge to 50, 60%, then you're good. You don't have to be 100% charged if you don't want to. I would recommend it that you at least shoot for that, but you don't have to. But be well on your way. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next person coming in. Next person coming in. Let's look at the energy between Sagittarius and the next person who's due to come in. And no, this is not necessarily your love interest. Just because you're interested in somebody doesn't mean that that's the next person who's due to come in. Think about that. But let's look at the energy surrounding the situation. Let's see. King of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Cups. Oh, you're going to fall pretty hard for this person. But by the time this person shows up, they might be not in the greatest position in life. Possibly. With the King of Pentacles in the reverse. You might run into this person when they're going through a mess in their life of some sort. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Especially if you really want to be a team. If you really want to be a team, then maybe you want to help your person get established. That's a different topic for a different subject, though. See, Temperance reversed again. What's going on with it? For those of you who don't know anything about the tarot, the Temperance is the Sagittarius card. So, yeah. Oh, when you connect with this person, I think you're going to catch them at a rough spot in their life. Yeah, and there it is. Like clockwork. Past energy. 8 of Cups reverse, 6 of Swords. I feel like you're going to catch this person while they're in the process of moving on from and healing from a breakup. So they might be a little bit scatterbrained. Their priorities might be a little bit fucked up. They may just kind of seem kind of scattered and a bit exhausted and drained. But this person is interested in you. They are. Oh, and 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords, both reversed back to back. These are basically the air and fire version of the same thing for the most part. So neither of you are showing up to this connection wishy-washy, indecisive. Both of y'all got your minds made up. You both want to be with each other. The only thing is, again, this person is still healing from some past breakup. Let's see what kind of person they are. By the way, let's see. I got Sagittarius and Aries. Could be an Aries for some of you. Let's see what kind of person they are. What do their intentions look like? Yeah, this person's a little bit fixed on themselves. A little bit self-centered, a little bit greedy. They do got a lot of passion, though, and they are ready for a fresh new start. They are in the process of making peace with the past, but they still have unfinished business with a past person. They do still have unfinished business with a past person. I think when the two of you first connect, as ready as they are for a fresh new start, they want to make 1,000% sure that you aren't bringing a third party into the mix as well. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. They may be still in the process of healing from a past person, but I don't think they have intentions of getting back with a past person. Does that make sense? Their intentions look pretty solid to me. They do. They do have a fear of abandonment. They do have a fear of getting stuck in another toxic relationship again. But for the very most part, their intentions look pretty solid. They do. There's more good than bad here. Much more good than bad as far as their intentions go. Okay, let's see the outcome then. What's the outcome? Wheel of Fortune. That's good. That's very good. I think that both of you will see relatively quickly that things are working out in your favor. There's not a whole lot working against you as far as this goes. Not a whole lot. King of Cups, too. You might notice that it feels like this person is expressing their love to you in a way that you've never quite seen before. Ace of Wands, Page of Cups, 10 of Wands, though. 2 of Cups. Okay. So it looks like there are a lot of things working out in your favor. You might be up in your head just a little bit because I feel like this next person who's due to come in, first of all, it's going to be unlike any person you've dealt with before, which is a good thing. So therefore, the situation is going to be unlike any situation you've been in before, which is also a good thing. But at the same time, see, it's really easy for us to sit back and think about everything that we want, especially if it's something we've never had before. But then whenever it manifests in real life, it's a little bit weird, strange. It's outside of our comfort zone. It's like, well, is this too good to be true? What am I supposed to do? I've never been in this situation before. It makes you feel a little bit uneasy and strange and awkward before. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Is there any advice? Let's just get a couple of advice cards for that. I don't think that needs a whole spread. I don't think it needs a whole spread. Let's see. Any advice? Knight of Cups. King of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. So, doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of advice here. Queen of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles. So if you play your cards right, no pun intended, I feel like the two of you possibly have the potential to be a power couple. That is a dynamic that is very, very different. Being in a power couple relationship is a very different dynamic than your average traditional relationship. And I do think that there is potential for that here if you do choose to go that route. But just know it's going to be very unconventional, not traditional. It's going to be very weird. You more than likely won't have too many people around you in a relationship like that. So you may not have anything to compare it to. Um, just be sure that your morals, your values, and your goals line up, and that both of you can bring your morals, values, and goals to the table and come together and operate as a team. All right. Now let's look at the current person. If you are not experiencing any problems, issues, or concerns with your current person, then this is not for you. Matter of fact, if you and your current person have a happy relationship, you shouldn't even be watching me. All right, let's see what the problem is. What's the issue? What's going on here? 9 of Cups. So one of you is very emotionally independent. Some of you may feel alone. You may kind of feel like you're doing everything all by yourself. You may feel all alone, like they don't show you any emotional support. 5 of Cups reversed. Yeah, okay. Communication looks horrible too. Some of you could be having some financial problems as well. You're really starting to feel like you're not even in love anymore, aren't you? That's been coming through for a lot of signs. Really starting to get to the point to where you're honestly questioning whether or not you're even in love anymore. Some of you may be thinking about whether or not the grass is greener on the other side. Hang on a second, y'all. I'm going to turn my heater off. Some of y'all may be possibly wondering whether or not the grass is greener on the other side. Feeling like you're wasting your time. Feeling like you're all alone. Even laying in bed next to this person, you may feel like you're laying in bed all by yourself. And again, financial problems. It's best to be honest about this. Okay. Some people try to lie and they try to ignore this fact. It's normal. Okay. When something happens in your love life, that will affect your finances. When something happens to your finances, that will affect your love life. Period. You can pretend it don't all day long. The only person you're fooling is yourself. Okay. Now, to what extent, that is what is different for every individual. Some people, not that bad. Little speed bump. We can get over it. We can work through this. Some people, complete and total catastrophe. Now, that's what's different for every person. But even if you're one of those people who it's not that big a deal, we can get over this. It's still affecting things. It's still affecting things. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, let's see how this person feels about you. How does the current person feel about Sagittarius? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, they feel like the connection is getting weaker and weaker and weaker the more time goes on. Could be a Gemini for some of you. This person's primarily focused on their work and their finance. I think that's what it is. They are still in love with you, though. Okay. So it's not that they're not in love with you. See, a spiritual connection and an emotional attachment are two different things. Two completely different things. So I think they still have an emotional attachment to you, but as a result of the issues that you all have gone through in the past, which have not been worked through, by the way, It makes it more difficult for this person to acknowledge the spiritual connection. Notice how I worded that. I didn't say the spiritual connection's not there. You cannot destroy a spiritual connection, period. But you can ignore it, bury it, and refuse to acknowledge it or fail to acknowledge it, you know? Justice. They're wondering whether or not the grass is greener on the other side as well. But they are still in love with you. Five of Wands, they feel like it's just drama, conflict. They feel like all you want to do is argue. They don't want things to come to an end, but this relationship is draining the hell out of them. They're very nervous. They lose a lot of sleep. They feel like all you want to do is fight and argue. See, here's the issue. The issue is the two of you have not been properly working through your issues in the past. Okay? Now, that is a two-person job. That's a two-person job. Okay, we can't have no finger pointing. Sorry. Sorry. Doesn't work that way. If we have too much finger pointing, that issue's not going to get resolved. We both have to talk it out like grown, mature adults. And we both have to agree to work on something. Something. I will preach this message until my face turns blue and the cows come home. All right, let's look at the outcome. What's the outcome? Will it take a turn for the best? Will it take a turn for the worst? Or just pretty much plateau and stay the same? Let's see. King of Cups reversed. Okay, so I don't see this coming to an end, but I don't see this like I said, this person is still in love with you, but I don't really see them expressing that. I don't see them actually opening up and expressing that. I don't see either of you making a solid decision, but I kind of feel like you still have one foot out the door. There's that Nine of Swords again. Yep. Now, I don't see you going nowhere. I do not. I do not. All right. Well, how about some advice then? What's the advice? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So don't go nowhere just yet. Okay. The two of you, what always comes through on the advice for the current person? What always comes through? Communication. Communication. Now, I know we always get into a finger pointing match and it turns into a chicken or the egg type of argument. Okay. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. I don't care if you're a man, woman, gay, straight. I don't care your race, religion, none of that shit. I don't care who you are. If you are a human walking around on two legs, the best thing you could do as an individual is be the bigger person and be the change that you want to see. That is a really hard pill to swallow. Oh, yes, it is. Big old ego pill. And boy, I'm going to tell you what, that pill can be the size of a bowling ball sometimes. Oh, I get it. But you make a genuine change by your example, not your opinion. I can sit and tell you all day long all the shit you need to work on and what you need to stop doing and what you need to start doing and how much changes you need to make and whoop, 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 this, that, and the third and the other thing. But at the end of the day, I need to step back and say, watch, I'll go first. I'm going to work on me. You're going to watch me grow and evolve into a higher vibrational version of myself. You're going to sit and watch it. Don't care what you think. Don't believe me. I don't care. Watch me. And you lead by example. When you do that, one of two things is going to happen. What happens most of the time, about 75 to 80% of the time, is you inspire others to do the same. So they say, oh, okay, well, you're doing it too. Okay, I guess I can do it too. However, 15 to 20% of the time, they still absolutely refuse to work on themselves. And guess what happens? You continue working on you, you're making a frequency change. They refuse to work on themselves, they're not making a frequency change. So you continue turning that radio dial, working on yourself, changing to a new frequency. Before too long, separation has to happen by way of universal law. And then you tune into a new frequency. The universe brings a new person in who matches the new frequency. It's a win-win. There is nothing that you can lose by working on yourself and changing vibrations. There's nothing you can lose. If you consider anything that wants to stay on the old vibration a loss, you're not ready for that new vibration anyway. If I go to change frequencies and I'm ascending to a new vibrational state and you refuse to, you want to stay on that old vibration, tuned into that old reality, I don't consider losing you a loss. The universe is getting all the old shit out of my way to make way for the new shit. I would love it if you came with me. That would be amazing. But I'm not going to sit around and wait for you. You can come with me. It's a win-win. All right? All righty. I feel like those were the messages that my Sagittarius friends needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all again for tuning in and playing along. I greatly appreciate all of the love, support, and positive feedback you guys continue to show me every time I get on here and do this. Makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.